In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a little project that was sent to us by one of our customers. And what they were doing was looking at an old video that we had posted about doing mega numbers, like big athletic numbers for the back of a jersey. And basically, he was following along with the video of how we did that. And sometimes what happens when we first start learning the process of rhinestone design, sometimes we'll look at a design and we'll go one direction, and that direction really isn't appropriate for what we're doing. And I even do that myself to this still to this day, even though I've created literally thousands of designs by now. Sometimes we'll try one process or technique and we discover that we need to try something else because that process or technique didn't work very well. So let's first of all, I'm just going to maybe make a copy of the design that was sent, and we'll just take a look at it here. So I'm going to first of all just delete all these lines. And if you don't already aware, when you're in your pick tool, if you hold down the Alt key, we can just marquee select. So anything that marquee touches will be selected, and then we can hit our delete key. So this is what was sent to us. And probably what I would do in a situation like this, I would just come in here, and we'll just do this for SS10 stones. And I guess I'll use red just so we can see them. I'd go ahead and drop a stone and hit the escape key. And I'd select that stone and come over here to stone fill, and let's do, I don't know, let's do 30 steps vertically. And let's go ahead and do, just for effect, let's do 30 horizontally too. Okay, so we just basically have this grid. Now, I went to school for architecture, so I feel like I have a unique ability to look at something and see what it really is. And the way I look at this is I really look at this as basically rectangular, and there's, obviously the corners, some of the corners are curved and what have you, but I more or less look at this as a rectangular shape. So I would probably start with a grid of stones like I've just created. So let's go ahead and do something like this. In fact, I'm going to undo that. And because it looks like the top sticks out a little bit farther. So I'd probably start with something like this and then trim down what I don't actually need. Now, if we look closely, I wonder if we can fill this so maybe we can see this a little bit better. There we go. Maybe we can see that a little bit better. But you can see basically what we have here. So what I would probably do, and this is one of those situations where if we go strictly off the original artwork, you can see that the bottom part of our E, we can't quite fit 3 stones. And so we're not going to go strictly off the original artwork. We're going to kind of use the original artwork as a bit of a guide. So I'm going to delete one row of stones here. So we're going to do 3, and then we'll see what this looks like. Like I said, this is sometimes we go down one road and then we discover that we didn't like that road. So we're going to do 3, 3, and 3, and we're going to try and do that all the way up. So there's 3. Let's see here. There's another piece right here. Let me go ahead and apply some color to it so we can just kind of see. So you can see we have this channel, if you will, and this may not be the look that this particular customer is going for. So, myself as the designer, basically I'm choosing for them because I don't know exactly what their intent is, but I'm just giving you an idea of how I see the design. So I saw the design as basically a rectangular design. Let's see here. I guess this goes all the way like this. Okay, so there is the E. So we have 3, 3, 3 all the way around. And then here in the middle, I really don't know what to do here because we don't really have what we want here for the middle. So this we're going to offset here. This you'll find happens quite a bit, where you run into a situation where this part here in the middle really doesn't work for us. We really need some more height in this design to make it right. So we have to fudge even more from the original design in this particular scenario. Let's go ahead and just do it and see what it looks like. So I'm just going to select this part and come up and just right click, and then we're going to do the same thing. Let's go ahead and select this. And so we have, so in this scenario we don't have 3 rows. Let's see here. We only have the 2. Let me undo that last one. I'm going to copy this. So maybe we'll do something like that. So we'll go ahead and trim this out. No, that we need. That one we need. This is the one we want to get rid of. There we go. And then we're only going to do 3 tall. All right, so we have that channel, that gap. It is a full stone width wide. Now in the original artwork, you can see it wasn't quite a full stone width wide. And then really all that's left to do is, let's just go ahead and delete this. We really don't even need that anymore. All that's really left to do then is just to curve these corners out. And you know, it's hard to get a curve. Actually, let's do a check spacing here. A true curve, it's hard to get when you're working with rectangles, but and in a way this is what that is. You can see now, yeah, they're a little bit curved, but if you wanted even more curvature, what you could try, and this would be a good little exercise for you too, is with the stone on the stone fill tab, if we hold Alt Control, we can nudge it at half a stone width. So you can see how we can nudge it at half a stone width. So you could do that in either direction. Control Alt and nudge it, you know, half a stone width that way as well. But you can see here is really not really a curve. It's more of an angle. So what I want to do is I'm going to delete this, and we'll just go ahead and make this a true curve, like so. We're going to add an extra stone there. So now you can kind of see what we did there. Alright, so now you have a true curve. Now the challenge, of course, is you know, if you extend this over and extend this up, then you can kind of fill that in. Alright, so what I would do is, being as how we have this point already, what I would probably do, let's see here, is we deleted all these corners, and because we already did the one, I just copy it over. So we're just going to copy this over, flip it, oops, flipped it upside down, and then place it right back there. And now obviously we have some overlapping stones we got to get rid of. And then do the exact same thing at the bottom. Same thing, we just copy it and we'll mirror it vertically. And then we'll take that center of stone and place it down here. And obviously we got to get rid of that. Alright, so then just to kind of polish this up, we would move this stone over, move this one down, and then that will give us, you know, more of a curvature. And then we would sort these going across. Just hit select and horizontal, and that'll evenly space those out. And we'll do the same thing vertically here. We just move this one up, move this one over a little bit, select that stone, shift key this one, and space them vertically, and then do the same thing here. We'll select everything in between, and then horizontal, and then select, shift, select everything in between, and then vertical. So go ahead and throw a weed box around it, and of course we'll do around a quick proof, and that would get us our finished design. So it really just depends on exactly what you're looking for in the finished product, but that's how I would tackle this particular project. It looks like we forgot one curved point of our letter E here, which is the bottom part here. So we'll delete, 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 delete. Come up here and we'll copy this corner. Let's see, is that still going to work? Yeah, I think that'll still work. So we'll right click, we'll flip it and reposition here. Obviously we have some overlapping stones we need to get rid of. Then we'll do the same thing. We have to select in between, vertical space, select in between, hit the S and horizontal space. And now we have all, four corners that the original had, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that basically gives us the look of the original, at least. So that's how I would tackle it. So it really depends on exactly. Now the bigger picture here is if you're just doing this, maybe this is just a logo that you're doing separately. But if you're doing like a whole alphabet like this, well, then we have to really think about, because some of the letters might work out really well, like this one did, and then other letters won't work out very well at all. So that's something that we have to think about. Make sure that this basic process is going to work for all the letters you intend to do before we really tackle it. But anyhow, hopefully this will help you better understand that, certain things we would, just depending on what it is, would depend on, exactly how we go about tackling it. Thanks for watching.